Now guys, have a look at this masterpiece behind me. We did such a great job here. It came out so well. It is so big, but if you think this is big, wait until you see what we have next in this video. Keep your eyes peeled because it's going to be cool. Alright guys, we're here in AM's reception. This is basically a blank canvas. And here to my right, we're going to start off with this wall. And no, this is not the one we're referring to. We're going to go from here all the way above my head, continue along this wall. We're going to ignore this piece completely, continue from here, and then go straight up. So guys, this is basically what I was referring to. We're going to be going big or go home here, and basically we need to just prepare the wall, make sure it's rhino-lighted nice and flat, and then we're going to be wallpapering this massive masterpiece. So guys, we're back here at my office. We've had a chance to look at that wall at the reception at AM, and this is going to be quite a massive project. I mean, just the wall on the right hand side, it's 7 meters in total. It's going to be quite big. So what we have decided to do is to start from the left hand side, the smallest side, moving through the middle, mediums, and then to our really large wall on the right hand side. Now before we can do any of that, we need to do our artwork, so let's get to it. Alright, so what we need to do here is go ahead and add all of these bottom measurements up to make the entire canvas size. And then what we'll do is start blocking off each wall according to the sizes that we've got here. But we'll add some bleeds, so we'll go 9,700. And then our total height for now is 4.9, so 4,900. And then we say create. Now the first thing we need to do here is start sectioning it off wall by wall. So we'll first need this wall here, so I'll need to do these measurements and add it there, and then we'll slowly start blanking out areas that are not getting wallpaper. So first thing we need to do is get rid of the solid fill. I would like a stroke with a red line, and obviously something that we can see, so I'll just change that to 80 pixels. Okay, so we can see that actually we'll go a bit more than that, just go 120 pixels, there we go, it's a bit thicker. Now we can see that better. Now the first wall on the furthest left needs to be 3,100 tall. We'll get as close as possible to that. Okay, and then the width is 3,690, but we're going to just go 3,700. So that's our first section of the wall. We're going to move that all the way to the left hand corner because that's the furthest left. Then what we'll need to do is copy this one and start with the next wall, which is this section over here. So our next wall or next block that we need to do here, because this is that entrance that you walk underneath, is going to be 1280 plus 4.7, which should be the entire length from the rest of this. So we'll put it right here next to that one, and then we'll just change it. So it needs to be 4.9 meters up, and it needs to be 5980. So let's see if we get that. Okay, and we're a little bit more than we should, but it's all right. Okay, so now we've got our small wall, medium, and then from about here starts that really tall wall. But I'm not too concerned about this area here. I just want to start with the small wall. Then we'll eventually cut out the doorway or the walkway underneath the wall. And then there's also another door that we have to cut out here. And then we'll have most of the artwork done for the small and medium section. So now that we've done that, we can then go and find the artwork and then put it in here and actually start cutting out all the sections. Okay, so here's our drawing basically of the medium and long side of the wall. That's the actual walkway to go to dispatch, which I need to cut out of the artwork. And then in here is also an indent in the wall, which we're also going to cut out as well. purely because I think a TV is coming here, and then we've got our long section, you know, which is almost 8.5 meters tall. But we're not going to start with this one. We're going to be doing the wall on the left, so let's just import our artwork and start with that. Okay, so the first thing we need to do here is we've got our artwork from our customer. We need to open up a new document and make this document to size so that we can then cut all of our wallpaper accordingly. First thing we need to do is go ahead and make our change for size, and our width is 6.8 meters, so 6,800 millimeters, and then our height in total is 8.9 meters. Okay, so now that we've got that, we can then go ahead and drag our artwork onto our new setup page. And yes, it's not going to be to size. This is merely just going to show you exactly how we normally cut and do the paneling for when we go to printing. So I need to move this edge to edge. So from that edge to this edge over here. And I have to go all the way to the purple point, because we have two separate walls, so I need to keep that in mind. And our print starts from that purple corner over there, and then it ends on the white area here. So I'll just drag that out even more. Okay, so now that we've gone ahead and made sure that it's to size, I need to just put in a square here, just so that we can show where the wall is going to cut off some of this artwork. So we'll just go ahead and put a block there. I want to change it to a different color, just so that we can see. And basically how this artwork is going to be, it's going to cut it around about there is our design for the wall. So basically this is a part of the wall. This red piece is not going to be printed. It is a beginning of the roof, and then the wall continues from here all the way this and then up. So basically what we need to do is just go ahead, and that is perfect where it needs to be. I need to now do our cut lines through this, and we're going to be doing them horizontal instead of our normal vertical. So we need to cut them horizontally. So first thing I want to do is go ahead and grab my selection tool and select our layer, base layer. And I like to make sure that I've got at least around 800 to 850 high panels, so that when you're actually installing this, you don't have too much to hold and issues. So the best thing for me is 850 or 900. So we can go to, actually let's go to 950. We've got some helping hands, so we'll go around about 950, and then we can move this down. Okay, so there we go, we've got our first one there. So the best thing is, now that we've got that, we can then right click and say cut, and then once that piece is cut, we're going to do it from the next piece. And also make sure when you're cutting, you need to leave yourself a minimum of 20 mil overlap between each piece that you cut. So between here and the next one, you'll need to leave yourself at least a 20 mil gap. So what we would do there is make sure that you select copy and not cut. There at least then you know you can do your overlap. But I'm just merely showing you as an example what we would be doing. So the next part I'm going to do is just to show you is hide the piece that we've cut, and then we'll do our next section of cutting from there and go upwards again to around about 950. And then again we'll do the same thing, select your base layer, and then you're going to do copy not cut. So I'm just going to cut it just to show you again. Now that that one is cut, we can also then hide that one and go for the next one. And basically repeat this process all the way up and even to the side here, and then you can take those and then basically unhide the ones that you want. So we'll just hide everything else, and we're left with that piece. Then you can go ahead and crop your document to that size and then save that as a JPEG to print and repeat that process with the rest of your artwork, and you'll have those panels cut to the perfect size for installation and printing. Alright, so we're going to repeat this process for every single panel. Basically just measure out what you need in terms of width per panel, repeat that process, cut them, save them, and it's going to be the same for every single wall. It's the same principle. So now all we need to do is go and print. And we have finally finished our first section of the wallpaper here in AM's reception downstairs here behind me, and I must say it came out absolutely superb. The colors, the design was so on point. Now all I need you to do is come have a look at this behind me and see for yourself how good these machines perform and what they can do for you. So I urge you to keep your eyes peeled, because we've got a lot more coming and a lot more that we have to do to this building. So thank you for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed how we did this.